Good afternoon, everyone. In light of the overview that Premier provided of the measures and the good reasons why we need to take further steps to contain the spread of COVID, I'll now go over each of the measures in more detail. And I also note that this information is also listed on alberta.ca. Effective immediately, no or indoor social gatherings will be permitted. Outdoor social gatherings will be permitted to a maximum of 10 people. Indoor social contact should be limited to those within a single household. Now, if you're someone who lives alone, you may have up to 2 non-household social contacts. The limit on indoor social gatherings does not apply to those providing home-based services such as healthcare or home care, childcare, and other services in a private residence. Funeral and wedding ceremonies must be limited to no more than 10 people, and receptions will not be permitted. These gathering limits apply across the entire province. They'll stay in place until further notice, and they're mandatory. Not following them could result in fines of $1,000 for ticketed offenses and up to $100,000 through the courts. We'll be using, as Premier said, the EAS, the Emergency Alert System, to ensure all Albertans are aware of these requirements. Now, turning to places of worship, in all regions under enhanced status, so in areas of the province where the community has 50 or more active cases per 100,000, places of worship are restricted to a maximum of 1/3 of normal in-person capacity, and masking will be required. As well, physical distancing between households must be maintained. In-person faith group meetings can continue, but attendees must maintain physical distancing and follow all public health measures. Turning to businesses, a number of new measures will take effect this Friday. And these measures are targeted at specific sectors to limit the spread of the virus, building on measures that are already in place here in Alberta. These restrictions fall, as Premier said, into 3 categories: closed, open with restrictions, and then the third, open by appointment only. In all regions under enhanced status, the following businesses are closed for in-person services: banquet halls, conference centers, trade shows, concert venues, and community centers. Children's play places and indoor playgrounds must also close. All levels of team and individual sport must stop until unless an exemption is approved by application to the Chief Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Hinshaw. So those are the restrictions for the businesses which fall into the closed category. Turning to businesses which may be open with restrictions, in areas under enhanced status, restaurants, bars, pubs, and lounges may stay open, a maximum of 6 people per table, from a single household, and no movement between tables. Second, if you live alone, you may dine with up to 2 other people as long as they're the same 2 people you've identified as your 2 close contacts. Third, only seated eating and drinking are allowed. And then last, no other services are allowed, such as bar service or entertainment, including billiards, games, or darts. We're also extending the previously announced requirement to stop liquor service at 10 p.m. and for bars and restaurants to close at 11 p.m. We encourage Albertans to continue using takeout, delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup wherever possible. We'll also be increasing inspections to verify that public health measures are being followed. Establishments that do not comply may face fines and orders. Next, I'll go over the restrictions for retail businesses. Retail service businesses in areas under enhanced status may remain open at this time, but we are restricting capacity to 25% of their limit under the Alberta Fire Code, or a minimum of 5 customers, whichever is more. This includes entertainment and event services such as movie theaters, libraries, museums, and galleries, and indoor entertainment like racing centers, bingo halls, water parks, and amusement parks. It also applies to fitness and recreation centers, pools, and physical activity centers and facilities, including dance and yoga studios, martial arts, gymnastics, and private or public swimming pools. For these facilities, there can be no group fitness classes, training, team practices, or games. Facilities can be open for individual time training or exercise only. And instructors can use the facility to broadcast virtual fitness classes from the facility, but there can be no group class. Casinos may remain open with slots only. Last call for liquor service is 10 p.m., same as restaurants and bars, and table games in casinos will not be allowed. Now, as I said, retail businesses may remain open, but are limited to 25% of their capacity under the Alberta Fire Code in the areas under enhanced status, or a minimum of 5 customers, whichever is higher. This includes grocery stores, pharmacies, clothing stores, computer and technology stores, hardware and automotive stores, and farmers markets, which are approved by Alberta Agriculture and Forestry. Now,